Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you all had a lovely week, and here I am with a Q&A video that I promised. But first of all, I really would like to thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. It doesn't matter if you've been here since the start or since yesterday. I do really appreciate each and every one of you, and I really want to thank you for bringing me to the 1000 subscriber milestone, which means a lot to me, because I think it means that I'm kinda on the right path. I know I still have a lot of room to improve and to learn, but I really appreciate that you guys enjoyed the content that I'm making here, and I hope we can continue this journey together. The 1000 subscriber milestone brings a change for me as well, and if you watched my videos since yesterday, probably you already noticed, but now there are ads on my videos. Sorry, I know ads are annoying, but this brings me closer to my end goal, which is basically to be able to quit my job in the long term and produce content full time. That's one of my dreams, and I would really love to achieve it one day, and I'm really thankful for all of you who helped me get to this achievement, and I think we are on the right path. I really enjoy creating content for you guys, and as I said, it makes me really happy that you guys enjoy it. Now let's jump into the Q&A. I haven't done this before yet, so I hope it won't be too bad. And I'm gonna read the questions off my phone because that always looks so cool in other people's videos, so I really want to try it. The first question we have is from 𝓪𝓵𝓼𝓸, who is a very dear friend of mine. And she says, what is your favorite game outside the ones you have played on your channel, and will you play it on your channel? It's kind of a hard question because I really have a lot of games that I deeply love and deeply adore. One of my favorite games is Final Fantasy X and the second part of Final Fantasy X and 𝓯𝓲𝓷𝓭, which is such an amazing game, and I'm really happy that I found them. I really connect them on a super emotional level. I've been playing Final Fantasy X since the early 2000s, so it's really a dear childhood memory of mine, and probably I won't play them on the channel. And that being said, it really makes me sad, but I really don't think that it would do well on the channel. Like Final Fantasy X and 𝓯𝓲𝓷𝓭 as well can take hundreds of hours to complete if you really want to go in detail of them, and I really like going into detail with those games, and I probably wouldn't want to see hundreds of hours of gameplay here on the channel, so probably I won't play them, but there's a chance that I will stream them once in the future if you guys really want to see me playing those games. Second question, what got you into gaming in the first place? Actually, I read these questions already, so I had a little time to think about them, but I have to say, before we go into very deep in this Q&A video, I have a super bad memory, so there will be questions that I can't really answer properly. But I think what really got me into gaming is my cousins, because when I was still a little child, we had one of my cousins had this console, which wasn't the Nintendo, but I think it was kind of a knockoff Nintendo console, because it had small yellow tapes that contained the games, and like we had Sonic the Hedgehog. It was maybe the Sega console, I'm not sure, but we had one of those, and we played a lot with that, Sonic the Hedgehog. And my other cousin had a PC when I was very small, and she had The Sims installed on that PC, and yeah, we know how that went down. So I think those two were really impactful on me. And of course, when I got my first PC from my cousin's family, because they bought a new one, then I had the Super Mario and the Lion King video game, if you guys remember that. Those are kind of my first memories about playing games, but later on we got a PlayStation 1 from someone. It was used, and the memory card didn't really work properly on it, so I remember me and my brother played Crash Bandicoot a lot, but we couldn't save the game because the memory card didn't work. So there were days when we didn't turn off the PS just so we can have our progress in that game, but it was really fun. So yeah, these memories that I have about going into games. If I could make 3 features magically appear in The Sims 4, what would they be? Okay, that is hard. Wants and fears. A proper wants and fears system is one thing that I think The Sims 4 could really use, because the wants and fears system is just the top tier feature in every Sims game. I think they can make it can make the gameplay really unique and all the Sims really unique, and I deeply miss that in The Sims 4. The other feature that I miss is, I mean, I'm not even sure if it's a feature or not, but if you guys played The Sims 1, it had an expansion pack called Superstar, The Sims Superstar, and I just really wish the Sims 4 Get Famous would be something like that, like a little bit more similar to the Superstar, because that expansion pack was super great, and I really miss the option to be a singer in The Sims 4. The third one, grocery shopping. That's it. That's the feature. Yeah, grocery shopping. Man, I'm really sorry that we can't go grocery shopping in The Sims. If you could design your own DLC CC pack for any Sims game, what would it be and for what game? I would really want The Sims 2 to have a Superstar expansion. The Sims Superstar is my all-time ever favorite Sims expansion, and I'm just super sad that The Sims 2 doesn't really have a proper fame system and option to be like star or famous, so I would do that. What was the first game you ever played? You see, I told you that my memory is not really the best, but I think it was like the Sonic the Hedgehog thing, or maybe like Tetris on these handheld Tetrises, but I don't know if that's count. Yeah, and the Sims, the original Sims back in the day. Did you know that you are amazing? Thank you, Efelsina. These always make me very like shy, or I don't know how to say, but thank you so much. Oftentimes I don't feel amazing at all, but it really means a lot that you guys like my stuff here and that you are my friend, so thank you. Let's go on because I'm shy. Saiba or Naiba, who is also my dear friend, asked, which videos were the most or least fun to make from your perspective? And I think this is a really nice question. It got me thinking because, as I said, I really enjoy making content for you guys, but there are videos which are more painful to make than others. And I think the videos I like to produce the most is the ones where I can be a little more myself, if that makes sense. So for example, not like a mod showcase or tutorial video, but like when I can just ramble like this one. I really enjoy making this, but also the Let's Judge Pleasant View pre-mades, because why not? I really like making that one because it's just fun, and like I like rambling, so that was really great. But also the mod showcase videos are super painful, and I really enjoy making those as well because I like gathering the info and share it with you guys because I see you enjoy it a lot. But also when I don't have a mod in my game already, I have to download it into my game, then I have to create footage, which is super painful because sometimes the mods don't have an action which you can guide them. So for example, I remember I had a lot of issues with pets and kids share the same bed because I just couldn't direct my dog to go on a bed while the kid was there, and it took a lot of time because that's an autonomous interaction. So yeah, that was painful. So those are hard to make, but I see you guys like them a lot and it makes me feel good, so I like making those as well. Minsky Art, aka Bub, my friend, and guys, if you are into art videos, go check out her channel, description, I don't know, I will put it somewhere, but go check it out because she's super talented. Asks, do you like apples better with peel or peeled and then eat the peel first and the inside second? First, when I read this question, I was like, okay, so it will go like, do I like it with peel or without? But defying expectations, of course, I would never eat the peel of the apple separately. Like, I don't really like it on the apple. I mean, I like it, but if I could choose to have it without the peel all the time, I would choose that. But just in itself, no, never. And also Bob has another question. Tell me your wildest, best story about you that includes water. Another thing about me, besides me not having a great memory, is that I am quite boring. So I don't really do exciting stuff. Also, I have a weird love-hate relationship with water because I love being in water, I love going on the beach, but I hate when water gets into my eyes. I can't open my eyes underwater. I don't know how you guys do it, but I just can't do that. So yeah, my relationship with water is quite weird. but also I would say my most exciting water related memory was last summer when we went rafting and I fell out of the boat and I hit my leg so hard on a rock that a black spot like the size of my palm appeared on my thighs, and it was really hurtful. So I guess there you have it. It's not that wild, but it was bad. I wonder what is your wildest story that includes water, because that question sounds oddly specific. Billy Casey has a few questions as well. Thank you guys. So the first is, what's your favorite Sims? And I assume you mean like my favorite Sims game, right? So my favorite Sims game is Sims 2, obviously. Sims 1 being second, Sims 3 being third, and Sims 4 being fourth. I didn't really mix up the release order. How many Sims did you play? I played all of the Sims games. Some of them more, some of them less. I think I played The Sims 3 the least amount of times, because by that time Sims 2 got me really good and I didn't really feel like switching. I was really excited for The Sims 3 when it released, but the appearance of The Sims really put me off. And I know it's such a silly thing, I think I already talked about this in another video, but that just didn't really hook me in. I didn't like the style of The Sims at all. Are we gonna get Sims 4 content and more Minecraft content? This is an interesting question because I really like putting out non-Sims 2 contents as well. If you watch my streams, I stream Sims 4 and Minecraft a lot, but I'm always very hesitant to upload them to the channel because, as you can see in the voting here, you guys really are interested in Sims 2 mostly, and I want to create content that you guys watch. My Minecraft Let's Plays aren't really performing that well, so I'm always a bit conflicted because I really like the Minecraft Let's Play and I love playing Minecraft. Obviously, I won't only produce Sims 2 content forever because my main goal, obviously, as I think every YouTuber's goal, is that after a while you guys come here for me instead of the game, if that makes sense. So first everyone comes here for the game, but I would like to have a community, or I don't know how to say, who is here because they like me or my style or my commentary. So in the future, I think I will produce more content. I don't really want to get rid of the Minecraft Let's Play just because its views are tanking because I really like it, and maybe in the future there will be more of you who will enjoy that. So yes, I definitely plan to make more, but I also want to ask you guys, if you enjoy a different type of content, please show love to the video because that's how I see that you guys are interested or not. Fifth question, and I do love this. Do you, when you play Dina in your own time or anytime, make her marry Mortimer, then he cheats on her with Nina, and then she adopts her Alexander because Mortimer died, and let her marry Consort Cup, then have a baby with, and then he dies, he brings Michael back because she got them monies. And this is super oddly specific and I absolutely love this drama, but I have never played an 𝓬𝓵𝓼 in Sims 2, so I never had the chance to marry Consort Cup and Dina, but that is such a nice idea. Mini Draken asks, to me one of the best things about The Sims 2 is how moldable it is to different playstyles. It seems like anyone who picks up the game eventually develops their own unique way to play. What is your journey playstyle wise? Just as my life, my playstyle in The Sims 2 is kinda boring as well, because mostly I prefer family gameplay and I always play once-based, so all of my Sims are always happy, they always achieve their life goals, they are always doing great at school, they are always doing great at work, so that's super vanilla, if I may say so myself. But also I feel like my playstyle includes a lot of creating, because I am obsessed with making my own worlds and making over already existing worlds. If you were my friend for a long time, you could say that every time I talk about Sims, I'm always like, oh, so I did a thing. I did start a new neighborhood again, and they are all like, oh no, but you didn't really finish the first one either. And yeah, that's my playstyle. I love creating my own new neighborhoods and creating my Sims in them, so I feel like that's a super nice part of The Sims 2, that you are being able to do that. And I really miss it in The Sims 4. Like, this week I started to rebuild the Pleasant View houses in Sims 4, and I can't even rename the neighborhood to Pleasant View, so it's really bothering me. I feel like that is what I love the most in Sims 2. Next one is, do you have any funny stories from years back playing the game, as for example something random happening that drastically changed all your plans for the family or hood you were playing? My memory sucks, so I'm not sure if I can share any stories, but I do remember one, and it's weird because I was super young when that happened, and the thing is that we were playing the game with my cousin. I had a sim. I mean, she was playing and, you know, I was sitting next to her and watching and just telling her what I would like to do. But I had a sim who was pregnant, and that sim went into the swimming pool, and when she came out, she wasn't pregnant anymore. And we were sitting there and it was like, what? What happened? And I swear to God, she wasn't pregnant anymore. I don't know, that was like a super weird bug. It was still after the game release, not much, so it's highly probable that it was just a bug, but that was weird. I mostly have shenanigans that I could share about The Sims 1, me playing The Sims 1, because I remember those a bit more. I can't really recall anything super specific about The Sims 2. I mean, I probably had houses burned down and, you know, Sims dying from drowning or I don't know, but my memory is like, I have a memory of a goldfish, let's say. Yeah. But yeah, that time I remember clearly as day because it was just so weird. And the third one, have you ever become burned out on The Sims 2? And if so, what specifically made you game back to the game? Do you think Sims 2 has something that you cannot find in other games? Yes. And yes. Every aspect to the question can be answered with yes. Yes, of course, I often get burned out of The Sims 2. I actually had a simpler way before starting this channel, and oftentimes I felt like, oh my god, I'm so done with this game, I don't know what to do, I don't feel like playing anymore. And I think a lot of us are like this, that once you have a Sims phase, so for example you play for weeks and months like crazy and then don't touch the game for another few months, and I see a lot of memes about this, but I think it's really accurate and it happens with me a lot as well, of course. But what brings me back to the game most of the time is seeing other people playing. So as I said, I have a Simbler and I follow a lot of great people who post pictures of their gameplay, and it always makes me want to go back to the game because it's really something that I enjoy for 16 years now, and I don't think I will ever get bored of it. And yes, I do think that Sims 2 has a lot of aspects that I can't find in another game, and like not even another Sims game, for example, because this week I'm really trying to force myself to play more Sims 4 because I kind of want to like it, but it's not making my job easy because I get very bored very easily of it. And I think that's because I said that there's not much place for being creative as in The Sims 2. Like in The Sims 2, I can build my own cities, my own buildings. Like I can build as many houses as I can fit on the map. In The Sims 4, you have like 10 lots in an empty neighborhood, and that's what you have to go with. So it's really disappointing for me and doesn't really fit my playstyle. And also, what I really love in The Sims 2 is that the Sims personalities, and that I can just sit back basically and they will do things on their own and they have their little quirks or something. And that's why I'm always so happy in the 𝓱𝓵𝓷𝓭 challenge when something happens that I didn't intend it to happen, because it brings life into the game and I don't have to micromanage them every single second, because that's not how I like to play The Sims at all. So these are the things that I really, really appreciate in this game, and I think a lot of us do as well. Question from Ivra the Snake is, why did you choose to do YouTube in English over your own language? Which is an amazing question, and I've been thinking about this a few days. And it's kind of hard to answer, because obviously doing YouTube in English gives you much more possibilities. So for example, I am from Hungary. Hungary is a pretty small country compared to other countries, like we are smaller than a single state in the USA. We don't really have that many people, and from that many people, even less people care about YouTube or video games or The Sims specifically, so I didn't feel like there's really a market for the content I want to make. Also, I feel like I can express myself in some situations better in English, if that makes sense. For example, when you work in English, your work language kind of doesn't develop in your own language. And with YouTube, I watch a lot of English YouTube. I don't really watch Hungarian YouTube, and that's why I kind of developed a liking more for doing YouTube in English. And I feel like there are much more possibilities for networking with other peoples, and that's how I got to know amazing people who I am really thankful for. So yes, I am really happy that I chose this way. I actually created videos in Hungarian as well, but they weren't doing any good. So I am happy with this change. And the last question is from Discord from BMI, and thank you so much for the questions. The first one is, what kind of genres or film or television are you into? I feel like it's a bit hard to answer because I never really consider the genre of things when I choose them out, for example, in TV. But what I don't like is horror movies. I am such a scaredy cat that I can't handle horror movies at all. It's kind of a hard question for me to answer. I don't know why, but let's just say one of my favorite movies is Back to the Future, Inception. I really liked Shutter Island as well. That was really great. My favorite TV show is Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I really do like Peaky Blinders as well. I love The Office. I don't know what's the takeaway from this, but I thought it would be easier to answer the question like this. I actually really like to watch brainless comedy movies as well when I want to just relax and not think about anything, you know, when life wears you down and you just feel shit. I love lighthearted movies. For example, Palm Springs was a really good one. I love Andy Samberg, and that was a really great movie. But that doesn't mean I don't love a good drama, and I think it's the same with books. When I was younger, I read a lot of young adult books, and I do have a favorite author. She's called Maggie Stiefvater. Her books are really amazing, and I think she's a great author. Recently, I started to read Star Wars books because those are great and easy to read as well, and I just really want to get back into reading, and I thought maybe starting easy would do me a favor, and it actually does. I also started reading the Witcher novels, but I'm not doing that great with those. Another question, what about music genres, and is there any awesome Hungarian stuff I could know about from the future, like especially in the realms of their music video or other cultural work? And lastly, how do you feel about books? I think I kind of answered the book question. I like books. I used to read a lot, or like more when I was younger. I kind of had a fallout with books in the past years, but I'm trying to get back to reading. And my music taste is, I think, super wide. I don't really hate any type of genres. When I was younger, I listened to a lot of rock music and like more punk pop kind of music, but I kind of left that phase behind me. So nowadays, I don't really actively listen to rock music anymore. But other than that, I'm not picky at all. I have favorite artists, of course. One of my favorites is Taylor Swift, and the other is Lindsey Stirling. Recently, I listened to a lot of Dua Lipa and Post Malone and The Weeknd. So I'm more into poppy stuff, I guess. But of course, I listen a lot of Taylor Swift as well, because I really, really like her. I've been a fan since 2014, and the same for Lindsey Stirling as well. But yeah, I'm not really picky when things come to music, I guess. I don't love every type of rap music, but I don't actively hate anything, if that makes sense. So I guess that's that. And things to know about Hungary. Well, that's a hard one because I don't really listen to Hungarian music, but I do have one or two favorites. One of them is from Bogosi Brothers. I will leave the link in the description if you want to listen. I really like that song. It has kind of a Hungarian folk touch into it, which I don't always like, but I think that's a nice song. And another song I want to link, it's not in Hungarian, but it is by a Hungarian producer, which I really appreciate. We have a movie which got an Oscar, I think. Wait a second, I think it's... Yes, it did! It got the Academy Awards for Best Foreign Language Film in... when? 2015? I guess. It's called Son of Saul, and it's a Holocaust movie. I haven't watched it yet because I am a softie. I can't handle these type of movies. Like, I don't actively seek out movies which I know will wreck my soul. So that's why I skipped this, but I heard it's a really great movie. Also, I have another favorite Hungarian movie. It's called 𝓪𝓵𝓼𝓸. And it's from 2015 as well. It's a really nice movie. I can only recommend it. It's a historical movie about 3 women. I really liked it when I first watched it. So if you have a free night, go ahead and watch it. Why not? If you don't know where to travel in the world, I would recommend visiting Hungary because it's super cheap and it's pretty. We have nice food. So yeah, I think that's all you need to do about us. But please do let me know in the comments. I know there are other Hungarian people watching. What would you find worth to recommend to other people in case of music or literature? Literature, I don't know how many of our authors are translated to other languages, but I do have a favorite author. His name is Miklós Radnóti and 𝓱𝓮𝓻𝓮. I guess Adi is translated because I think he's a bit more famous outside our country as well. I will leave all this info in the description because I know pronunciation and the way of writing in Hungarian doesn't translate super well for you guys. So I hope this was a nice answer for your question. I do appreciate all your questions. Making this video was super fun and I hope you guys enjoy the final product as well. If you do, let me know in the comments. We can do this in the future if you want, maybe for every milestone or I don't know. If this is your first video here, which I kinda doubt, but if it is and you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and I will see you guys next week. Bye!